This presentation is about what I am learning so far as a young adult. Some of us might be trying to make sense of our lives right now. Some might be experiencing chaotic, confusing, and messy life, which gives us doubts, fears, and discouraging thoughts. And for sure, we were at one point where we feel exhausted and unmotivated. I personally experienced this, and it's not fun. I will have my goals in my mind, and I will imagine what might be the feeling when I achieve those goals. And it makes me super excited. But after a while, I will feel emotionless about it, like I don't have the energy to take actions. No matter how big my dreams are, I easily give in and choose convenience. I would often give out my shifts at work so I can sleep in. Because who prefers going outside on a minus 34 weather, drive to work and get yelled at by a rude customer? I would rather just stay warm. But I realized what's going to happen to me. I have a son who looks to me and learns everything he observes at home. I have my young family that is just starting to dream, and it takes two, not just the husband. It takes both of us to reach that dream. So I decided that I should invest in myself. I went to Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within event in Florida as my first step on self-development. So this event lets the participants to be optimistic and experience decrease in feeling negative emotions. I also started to read some books. It's called You Can, You Will. And this is what Pastor Joel Austin said. The truth is that there is a winner inside of us. We were created to be successful and to accomplish our goals. We can bring the dreams of our heart to fulfillment and become the person we've always wanted to be. We have greatness in us. The key is to get it out. This book, I learned that to become a winner, we should keep our vision in front of us. As you can see, it's an example of someone's vision board. Studies tell us that we move toward what we consistently see. So I made myself a collage of photos of my dreams and then made it my phone wallpaper. So this is what I always see whenever I look at my phone. These are my dreams, my goals. When we see something long enough, it eventually gets into our subconscious mind and drops down into our spirit. Then we know it's going to happen. Don't let what people say about you or what they say to you hold you back from achieving your dream. Proverbs says that without a vision, you'll get stuck. That's why many people have lost their passion. They don't have anything that reminds them of what they're dreaming about. If you're believing to move into a nicer house, find a picture of that house and look at it every day. Let that seed get into you. Don't worry. Don't doubt. Keep trusting God. What we keep in front of us, we are moving toward. Believe big. I used to tell myself I can't imagine that's happening to me, and maybe that's why I was not experiencing breakthrough. If we don't have a vision for it, it's not going to happen. Some things may seem very unlikely, and we often say, I'm too broke to afford that house, or I can't imagine owning a business or being that successful. The problem is, we're being limited by our own imagination. We've got to change what we're seeing. Don't let negative thoughts paint those pictures. Instead, use our imagination to see ourselves accomplishing dreams, rising higher, overcoming obstacles, and being healthy, strong, blessed, and prosperous. Imagine we're totally out of debt, blessing the world, being a history maker, and setting a new standard for our families. And now that we have our vision in front of us, it's time to run our race. We have to accept the fact that we can't keep everyone happy or win over every critic. Even if we changed and did everything they ask, some would still find fault. We're not really free until we're free from trying to please everyone. If people get upset because we don't fit into their mold, that's okay. If we lose a friend because we won't let that person control us, that person was not a true friend. If people are jealous, critical, and try to make us look bad, don't let that change us. I used to spend too much time trying to impress people around me. I was worried about what they're going to think and say about me if I take this job, buy a new phone, or a new car. And I realized that if we will get free from what everyone else thinks and start being who we're created to be, we will rise to a new level. People will tell us how to run our life, and they might not understand why we don't take their advice, but they will see later that we're walking towards our destiny. I learned a motto through reading this book. It says everyone has a right to an opinion, and we have every right to not listen to it. If someone is playing us like a puppet, it's time to cut the strings. No more letting them make us feel guilty. We may feel like we'll lose their friendship if we refuse to help them. That feeling is our wake up call. The truth is, if someone becomes upset because we won't meet unreasonable demands, that person is not our friend. When we're free from controlling people, I imagine the feeling of standing in the Hall of Fame. As the song says, you could be the greatest. You can be the best. We can be anything we want. We can be very ambitious and set our goals so high and run our race towards it. And to be realistic, our journey in reaching our dreams will not be easy. The moment we take a leap of faith, the risk of falling is not impossible. But because we have our vision, we have our fuel. We are not giving up just yet. So far, this is what I am learning in life. We will not be always okay. Occasionally, it will seem like we're fighting for our life. There will also be a time that we can say we lose our way, but we've got no other choice but to get back up again. Toby Mac said, "We may be knocked down, but not out forever."